The verse of the week can be found in Hebrews chapter 7 and verse 26. For such an high priest became us, who is holy, harmless, undefiled, separate from sinners, and made higher than the heavens. There are 7 annual feasts that the Jews are required to keep. There is a Passover, there's the Feast of Unleavened Bread, the Feast of First Fruits, there's the Feast of Pentecost, and out of the 7 feasts, one of them is known as the Great Day of Atonement. On the Day of Atonement, the Israelites are to stop all their work, stop all their work and gather around the sanctuary to make confession of their sin. They are to afflict their souls and try to make peace with God in heaven. While at the same time, they would be waiting for the high priest that would be mediating on their behalf inside the sanctuary to come up to the congregation where they would be. So, no work, gather around, confess their sin and wait for the high priest to come out. What about the high priest? On that day, the high priest will lay aside his special robe. Now, the high priest has a special robe to differentiate the high priest and the normal priest. So on that day, the high priest will lay aside his special robe of the high priest, and he'll be dressed in the attire of a common priest. He would then proceed to kill the chosen Lamb of God on the altar. As the high priest put aside his gorgeous robes and officiate in the white dress of the common priest, so is Christ, who took the form of a servant, not as a king, a form of a servant, and offered sacrifice. Himself the priest, himself the victim. Jesus, the sinless high priest, became as us and sacrificed himself on our behalf that we may have a chance to be in heaven someday. Jesus laid aside his kingly throne and became as us to die the death that we should have, that we may live the life that he should have lived as a king, that we should have lived the life that he deserved at the end. Jesus put away his kingly robe and dressed as the common man as us, and he's laid down his life on the cross for us, himself the priest, himself the victim. And as we ponder upon this, may we find comfort, because Jesus is not someone that is unapproachable. Whenever we fall into sin, he understands how it feels like to go through this difficulty, and he reassures us that my grace is sufficient for you. Jesus understands our pain, he understands our struggle, and each and every day, he is there to mediate on our behalf, to help us to become just like him. Thank you for listening.